Okay, I'm back sitting in my normal spot so that the servers aren't as loud. But basically, this video I'm going to kind of go over what I do for a GPU miner. I use a rosewill 4000 series long case. It allows me to put 6 GPUs in a case with great airflow. I will go ahead and try to insert a clip here. Okay. So basically what I've done is I've taken Mountain Mod's back panels and I have attached them inside of the rosewill cases in order to stabilize the GPUs across the front. I put 3 140 millimeter fans blowing air into the case. Inside of the case, I'm using this standard fan bracket that comes with the case to suck through 3 120 millimeter fans the air away from the GPUs and send it across the motherboard and out the back of the case. What this does is it allows me to run 1 PSU, a motherboard, and 6 GPUs in a relatively compact area in a server rack and keep great thermals. I am actually making my own GPU stabilizer, so I don't have to continue to buy the Mountain Mod ones that will work with rosewill cases. So in the future, you'll probably see something about that. But the one that I'm showing here, I'm showing one that is up and running, and I'm kind of showing what one looks like without any GPUs in it. And so the reason why I'm showing, so you can actually kind of see what the setup is and everything else. But the one that's empty right now, that is going to be for NVIDIA GPUs. The one that's up and running right now is actually, they're all ROG Strix. There's 2 5700 XTs and 4 5600 XTs in there. And they have not overheated on any of the algorithms I've tried on them. I've tried Caspa, Ergo, Ravencoin, and a few others, and they've done very well, and temperatures have stayed incredibly good. Nothing above 72C across the board, memory included. Nothing above 72C. I'm also working on a new faceplate design for the rosewill case, and I am working on a new interior fan bracket that will actually hold 3 140 millimeter fans in the center instead of the 120 millimeter fans, just to help that airflow push through. And you can tell by the video, I'm not running the best fans. Those are actually just Arctic fans. They're PWM, except for a couple of Noctuas I have in there, but I'm testing all this out to be able to make these miners as cheap as possible using quality hardware, but without having to spend an arm and a leg. And the good thing about it is I'll be able to use standardized motherboards, because we're talking 6 GPUs instead of mining specific motherboards. My goal is to, on these smaller ones that don't require as much power, I'm using EVGA 1000 watt G plus power supplies, but I can bump up to like a 1600 watt power supply and have all the room in the world in there for it, and not have to worry about trying to hook up a second power supply or something like that. And if you get really power hungry cards like 4090s or 3090 Ti's or something like that, then you can put 5 in there and just space them out a little bit more. Well, you're going to have to space them out a little bit more anyway, because the size of those cards are utterly ridiculous. But like I said, it allows you to simplify it and get it down to where you're able to run it off of one rig. What this also allows you to do is for those of you who are into CPU mining, well, you can CPU mine and GPU mine at the same time. So you can actually get more out of the same rig if you hook it up as a CPU miner as well. So if I transfer over, say, my 5950Xs, or I transfer over my 3900X or something along those lines to be the motherboard running it, I'm running Hive OS, then I can dual mine, basically CPU mine and GPU mine at the same time, without really increasing the wattage all that much, and it will run off that same PSU. Now I do have some just straight CPU mining going on with bare motherboards and things like that, and as soon as I get done with some other things that I'm doing, I will be showing those off, because I've got a way that I'm going to be putting them into basically their own version of rack mount. The reason why I'm doing this is because I own 3 server racks at my house that I want to use for mining, just to keep it nice and simple and not have everything everywhere. And at this point in time, I'm currently building out a 100 amp 220 mining room just off my carport, so it won't be in the house making a bunch of noise. That will allow me to put all 3 racks side by side, have dedicated airflow, dedicated cooling, and the whole 9 yards, and give me a test bench in the room. But that's a video for another day.